I'm going to play you this voice from this great Pan-Africanist, and you will tell me the wisdom you hear in what he's saying. My brother, let's listen to Uncle Kwesi Pratt.
We have in West Africa. They go and make Tinubu, they are not even patient enough to wait for the outcome of the petition before the court. They go and make him their chairman. And then they turn around and tell us that, oh, as for them, they love democracy. What kind of democracy do they love? In any case, who is going to benefit from military intervention in Niger? It's the West.
Doesn't even make sense that somebody from African traveling from Ivory Coast would have to cross a border to Ghana. And from Ghana, you have to cross a border to Togo. From Togo, you cross a border to Benin. From Benin, you cross a border to Nigeria. And so on and so on and so on. But when you go to Europe, they are border free. You drive across from one country to another country. And these same people have taught you how to make things difficult for yourself, have taught you how to divide lines between yourself as an Africans. And they will sit there and manipulate one of your selfish people in Africa that go and fight among yourself.
DJ Paco Rich.
Hello people, my name is DJ Paco Rich. If today is your first time watching my videos here, I'm going to encourage you to watch more and always get interactive. Today we are going to speak truth to power. Yes, we have the voice to speak for the voiceless. So it is not as if I am coming to do politics. Politics isn't something I really do on my platform. But when it matters and the people and the livelihood of my people, my African people where they watch is being affected, I have to speak. Otumba, Mazi, I have to speak. And so I don't want anybody to come and tell me, hey, don't do politics and don't talk about. We are talking for the well-being of our own people. And first it goes to my Nigerian army. Nigerian soldiers, any leader from Ecowas, where they tell you, say, make you go Niger fight. Tell them, say, make you bring in Pekins, make them go fight. Because it doesn't make sense. Somebody is living in his country. They are going through hardship. When they have natural resources and all this stuff, uranium and all these stuffs, people sit in France and they benefit from it. And so for that reason, when there is a coup and they throw away their president and they want the right things to be done, a group of men that have assembled themselves and named themselves as Ecowas leaders sit together and say, we are going to send army to go and, force them to reinstall the president. See, this crown where the kings they were in the past, they don't force some on people. It should be earned with respect. So you don't force to lead people as politics has made it to be. Gone were the days when the oracle has to appoint you as a leader. And when the oracle does that, you are expected to deliver and deliver to the maximum. My people, I'm going to play you a voice from one of the Pan-Africanist great man in Ghana. His name is Kwesi Pratt. You can do some couple of research about him, and he's made this thing very clear. Nigerian soldiers should not do that. Do not go to Niger and fight your fellow African brother. Nigeria, Niger. The only difference is IA. And your flags, they have orange and you have green and white. Now, what is the essence in this fight? Now, a time will come when Nigeria also wants to make a decision to have a better leader. In the Ecowas system, people will also send people that they should come to Nigeria and fight the people of Nigeria, not even Nigeria army. You understand? So, today, they say if your friend in beer they burn, make you also fetch water, put your own top. These politicians and political men milking our natural land resources, gold, diamond, manganese, oil, and all these things, for peanut from the Western people are using our armies at their own interest. And people are getting smart. You can see Mali, Burkina Faso, them eye they open. And so we pray that all Africans, gone were the days, back in the days, school was not something like that. It was full of violence. But this time, you can see that when they are doing this kind of coup, the attack is on the person denying the country of their own enjoyment. I heard that there was a country's finance minister that they gave him 24 hours to account for what he's used the nation's money for. He was crying like a baby. Corrupt people making Africa look like a poor continent, when in reality God has given us everything in this world. There are things that you can find in Africa you can never find on any other continent. But yet still we live in poverty. Niger, world's second poorest country. And when they rise up and they want to change their leader, you sit in Nigeria as an Ecowas chairman, which even how you got into power is questionable. That Nigerian army should go there and kill themselves, go and fight. You are ready to make people that are husbands, widow. You won't make people that are wife, widows, then orphans. Go and fight them yourself. These politicians, if you feel it's right, go and fight. Yes, your friend has been taken out of power. You are not happy with it. Go and fight yourself. Not the innocent Nigerian army that his salary is even a peanut. That can take him on a holiday trip. But your children can do that and you will swallow all our monies. And after that, you come and tell us some Kwekwanansi story, my people. I'm going to play you this voice from this great Pan-Africanist. And you will tell me the wisdom you hear in what he's saying. My brother, let's listen to Uncle Kwesi Pratt.
We have in West Africa. They go and make Tinubu, they are not even patient enough to wait for the outcome of the petition before the court. They will make him their chairman. And then they turn around and tell us that, oh, as for them, they love democracy. What kind of democracy do they love? In any case, who is going to benefit from military intervention in Niger? It's the West. If you take France, 1 out of every 3 light bulbs is powered by uranium from Niger. 1 out of every 3 light bulbs is powered by uranium from Niger. And yet, Niger is one of the poorest countries in the world. And our leaders are not thinking about this paradox. You understand? What they care about is going to install one of their colleagues who messed up so much. You understand? That's what they care about. If you take all of the French-speaking African states, all of them keep their foreign reserves in the Central Bank of France. The consequence is that these African countries borrow their own money and pay interest on their own money that they have borrowed. And West African leaders are not sensible enough to realize that the way out of this is to have a common currency for West Africa, which enables these French-speaking countries to break away from French neocolonialism. They're not even sensible to realize that that is the key to solving many of the economic problems which confront us in the sub-region. They can't see that. We've been talking about a West African currency for how long? What have they done in order to promote that?
And I get sad sometimes when I look at how the Arabs leaders are making use of their brains compared to ours. It's very sad. Because it doesn't even make sense that somebody from Africa traveling from Ivory Coast would have to cross a border to Ghana. And from Ghana, you have to cross a border to Togo. From Togo, you cross a border to Benin. From Benin, you cross a border to Nigeria. And so on and so on and so on. But when you go to Europe, they are border free You drive across from one country to another country. And these same people have taught you how to make things difficult for yourself, have taught you how to divide lines between yourself as an Africans. And they will sit there and manipulate one of your selfish people in Africa that go and fight among yourself. And they'll bring you ammunition to kill yourself. And when you are busy killing yourself, they'll be busy moving in with your natural resources, your gold, manganese, oil, uranium, and all that. Hell no.
And then they go and sit somewhere in Abuja and they decide that they are going to send soldiers. Whose soldiers should go and die? To install a useless president.
Get it right. Whose soldiers should go and die? Nigerian soldiers should go and die because some selfish president in Niger is not performing well and his people want him out. So that reason, Nigerian soldiers should go to Niger and kill their own brothers because some president has been thrown out. Hell no. Nigerian soldiers, I beg, sit down and eat a goosey soup with your wives. Don't go. They should sack you.
Whose children should go and die? You think that the soldiers, they are just there to die for any useless cause? They are not. They should try it. They should try it and send soldiers there. When the soldiers get killed, they will see the repercussions in their own countries. It has happened many times, the ripple effect. Why? All of these West African leaders who are meeting to make these declarations and so on, how many of them enjoy the popularity that these coup leaders enjoy? This young guy who recently returned from the Russia-Africa summit, you saw how the whole country mobilized to go and meet him at the airport. Let any of these West African leaders, Tinubu, Alassane Ouattara and so on, try to mobilize people to show support and see how many people will turn up. When Ecowas sent the delegation to Mali to go and persuade the Malians to hand over, did they see the hundreds of thousands of people who poured out into the street in support of their regimes? Did they see it? How many of these West African leaders enjoy 10% of the popularity that these coup leaders enjoy? That must teach them a lesson. In any case, what is this democracy we are supposed to be protecting? What is this democracy we are supposed to be protecting? Who doesn't know that in West Africa, elections do not reflect the will of the people? Elections have become a joke. Vote buying is rampant. The use of violence in order to win elections is overwhelming. The things we do in West Africa, are these the democratic elections? They should stop wasting our time. What we do in West Africa is that the last election, how many people died? Nobody has even bothered to investigate how those people died. And they call this democracy.
They call this democracy. I call it democracy. Democracy. Selfish people. Excuse me, guys. I'm really upset because, Charlie, this is us, African people. The only thing working in Africa now for us is entertainment, which Nigeria and the rest are championing it. And you want us to go and fight. When soldiers are supposed to be dancing to Afrobeat and grinding their lives, they should go and fight in Niger. When you come to Ghana, all the beggars on the street are from Niger. And if they have reason enough to take that president out and make their country a better one, you are there ranting, blah, because you're Ecowas chairman. That Ecowas people group, they are just like billionaires club. Friends that come together to ensure that they make monies, put it in their offshore accounts and, be going on trips and make sure that their lineage or their people that will come after them will never enjoy poverty. Me, Pacorich. Why should I support or why should I speak in favor of every politician? They are all corrupt. Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast. It is such a pity that even one of the parliamentary houses, which was built in Côte d'Ivoire by the people of France. The people of Côte d'Ivoire have to pay rent to France people. And so they built their own parliament house and they told them that they should come. And that was the president that they did something, a fight came and they took him off. Now, any African leader that stands against any Western power, they will find ways to cut you off. And they will use our own people just because we be mumu. Let's think. The fact that the whole Europe, they can spend euro. And the United Kingdom people, they spend pounds. We should have our own currency as West Africans or African people. There should not be borders between African countries. It doesn't make sense. What is there in Cote d'Ivoire to Nigeria that will have to create borders? That's traveling alone. You have to spend almost an hour at the border to waste money on useless things. What is the crime finding a Nigeria car moving straight from Nigeria to Ghana, driving around in Ghana with no wahala, or Ghana car going to Nigeria, driving around with no wahala, or Ivory Coast car? We are one people, Burkina Faso and all that. And these people are finding ways to divide us because we have given some power to them and they are using our own military to fool us. Let's wise up, my people. Africans, we don't fool like that. God has really given us a lot. We should have been the richest continent on this planet, Earth. Markets, I mean, what don't we have? Whatever you have on our other continent, we have some here. Oil, Nigeria. The oil in Nigeria alone is enough to take care of Africa if we are to manage our stuff well. The gold in Ghana, a country that we used to call Gold Coast, we should have been having statues, gold-plated statues around. We should have even been spending gold as currencies. Gold. Come and give us paper. Call it money. They will give you loans. And after that, they will come and do what they like in your country. God punish all these, our leaders who know the wise up because of their own selfish interest. Fire burn all of you. I heard Ghana soldiers are not going, and that's a good decision. Now, presidents, if you no go fit try that, now you Nakasa, we bow you. They go kill our soldiers too for somewhere. Like you go here. Guys, let me know what you think about this Nigeria go and fight. It's needless. If they can't find democratic way, proper way to make the right things work for Niger, fighting is not an option. Sharing blood by this time. When Africa fights, the Western gain. Go and buy the ammunitions with our own natural resources to fight ourselves. I think foolishness be that. Guys, see you later. Let me know what you think. My name is Mazi. Let me know where you're watching from. Peace and love.
DJ